We're gonna start in a kneeling position. So if you have as long as it's comfortable for you, if you have a cushion or if you have a block, perfect. Or if you have a pillow or a cushion, you can kind of maybe squish it together and place it between your ankles. And then you can sit right on that cushion. If you're comfortable without anything, that's totally fine too. You can come to just sitting back on the ankles. I like to just place a little block because after a while I get it's like a little too much on my knees. What you can do too is come up onto your knees and take your fingers to your calves and move your calves out to the side and then sit back. So you just create a little bit more space in that back of that knee joint by kind of moving the calf over to the side. And then draw the shoulders back and down. Go, lifting the spine tall. We'll start with a little breathing this morning. Chandra Badana, or solar cycle of breathing. So you're going to take your right hand and take the two fingers that make the peace sign and to bring those two fingers down into the palm. So if you guys have done any meditations with me, you might have done this hand gesture. So peace finger signs, peace fingers to the palm, and you're going to use your ring finger and your thumb, and you're going to bring those fingers to the soft parts of the nose. And we're going to be following a same pattern of breathing in through the right and out through the left. So this is going to kind of excite and awaken our heating side. The right nostril is our more masculine, more energetic, more heating side. So it'll kind of energize us and awaken us a little bit here. So start by closing the left nostril and breathing in just through the right nostril. And then close the right nostril and breathe out through the left. Close the left nostril, breathe in through the right. And close the right nostril, breathe out through the left. Good, sealing the left nostril, breathing in through the right. Sealing the right, breathe out through the left. And continue this for a few more cycles on your own breath. So following that same pattern, we're not going to change it this morning. And trying to invite a deeper inhale and a longer exhale as you continue through the cycle of breathing. Again, the right side is typically associated with our more masculine, energetic, heating side. So just using that to awaken our bodies and our energies this morning. As opposed to the left side, which is considered more feminine, cooling, and relaxing. And then the next time you exhale through the left nostril, you can release the hand down to the thigh, keeping the eyes closed. And just observe. Notice any imprints that performing that breathing has left on the mind or the body. Take a few deep breaths. And then let the eyes blink open. Take the hands to touch at the center of the heart. And then as you inhale, reach the palms up, separate the arms. And exhale, bend the elbows out to the side, kind of like goalpost elbows. So palms are facing forward. Now from here, draw your sit bone down and draw your navel in. I took a class with one of my favorite yoga teachers yesterday, and she described hugging into the midline like the middle of a cannoli, right? So I thought it was a great explanation. So imagine that natural waist belt, like the center of a cannoli. It kind of just holds everything together. So navel drawing in. Now lift the heart, but keep drawing the navel in. Let the fingertips reach back, elbows come forward, gaze up. Right? Keeping that midline nice and tight like the middle of that cannoli, let the tips of the shoulder blades press forward and open the chest and the heart. Right? So we always want to stabilize the lumbar spine and trying to move into that upper spine. So that back bend comes from the upper spine. Good, breathing here. Good, exhale, release back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, sweep the arms alongside you and behind you, interlacing the fingers. If you have a towel or a strap, you can hold on to that. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, hinge forward. Bring the arms up off the back any amount. And if you don't have a towel, you can just take the hands to the hips and hug the elbows together. Crown of the head reaches towards the floor, the ground. Slowly release on your inhale. Release the fingertips on your exhale. Arms out to the side. Inhale, reaching the arms back up, palms touch. And then exhale back to the goalpost arms, elbows out to the side. Root the tailbone down. Draw the navel in, belly to the spine. Now start to take the fingertips back, elbows forward, lift the chest, gaze up. Right, keep cinching that waist, but let the tips of the shoulder blades press forward into the chest, broaden through the collarbones, lift the heart, breathe. Good, exhale, release back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, sweep the arms behind you, place the opposite thumb on top, so the opposite interlace of the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bow forward, lift the arms up off the back any amount. Crown of the head reaches towards the ground. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Good, as you inhale, slowly lifting back up. Exhale, release the grip on the fingers, arms out to the side. One more inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch, gaze up. And then exhale, release the arms down alongside you. Good, and then from here we'll come to a tabletop position. So if you guys do have two blocks, I like to always keep them toward the front of my mat so that they're there when you need them. Bringing the wrists under the shoulders, knees under hips, and tuck the toes here. And really try to tuck the toes a little bit more, so kind of inch them in towards the kneecaps. And then press through the heels a little bit more. Spread the fingertips out. Ground through the thumb and pointer finger. And then as you inhale, begin some cat-cows. Drop the belly, arch the back, gaze up. And then exhaling round. And keeping the hands and the feet really active here. So inhale, drop the belly, arch the back, pressing through all 10 knuckles, grounding through the thumb and forefinger. And exhaling round. Curl those toes in towards the knees. And do this a couple more times at your own pace. Starting to deepen and lengthen the breath and matching the length of the breath with your movements. Right? And our practice of yoga teaches us to work with that connection of moving and breathing. And that is ultimately the meditation, the moving meditation that we practice on our mat. Good. After your next exhale, coming back to a neutral spine. Drawing the navel in, so tuck the tailbone slightly. Extend your right leg back, toes still are on the mat. And then spin the left thumb up and reach the left arm alongside the ear. Thumb reaches toward the sky. Now focus on your bicep muscle rolling up toward the sky. Belly comes in. And then lifting the right leg with your right hamstring. So the right hamstring lifts that leg off the ground. Inner right thigh spins toward the sky. Toes point toward the ground. So active through the finger and the hand. Back of the neck is nice and long. Good, now sweep your left arm behind you, bend the right knee, taking hold of the ankle or the foot. And then from here, kick the ankle back, rotate the chest open toward the left, draw the left side of the rib cage back, maybe you gaze up, and maybe you lift the bottom of the right foot up a little little bit, moving a little bit more into that quad. So we'll work with this action a little bit today, moving into dancer, into full bow pose. So we'll do a lot of quad opening, a lot of chest opening in a similar position. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, releasing, left arm forward, right leg back. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me. Good, now from here, listen carefully. Taking your left, lower the left hand down, so right leg still stays extended. And then you're going to rotate the right leg out to the side. So right ankle in line with the hip, lifting that right ankle just for a breath. And then place that right foot down. So right leg is straight, bottom of the right foot is on the mat, and you're on your left knee, and we'll walk the hands in toward the left knee, coming into gate pose. So right leg straight, left knee bent, reach the right arm down, and reach the left arm up and over. Draw the left side of the ribcage back, gaze up, and reach through the pinky finger of that left hand. Nice long stretch through the side body. Take an inhale here. And now exhale, reaching the left hand down towards the mat or the ground. Right arm reaches up and the right leg lifts. So we're kind of in a modified balancing half moon pose here. Flexing that right foot. Maybe you gaze up toward the right fingertips. Stay here, or bend the right knee, reach back for the right ankle. Draw the belly in, remember that cannoli waist, right? Drawing the navel in. Now press the right foot back. Maybe you draw the right side of the ribcage back a little more, making your shape a little bit bigger. Go ahead, inhale, release. And then exhale, right foot comes down. Coming back up, and then taking the hands back to the mat, lowering yourself back to tabletop position. And go through one round of cat-cow till we move into the other side. So inhale, arch the back, gaze up. And then exhale, round the back, look towards your navel, tuck the tailbone. And then bringing yourself back to neutral, but always maintaining that navel to the spine. So the midline is always in control and engaged. And from here, extend your left leg, but keep the toes on the mat. Belly drawing in and up. Reach your right arm forward. So the thumb points toward the sky. Rotate your right bicep muscle up and out. Reach through the fingertips. Navel in. Now lift your left hamstring to lift that leg. Right, that's going to make sure that we create an internal rotation of that left leg. Inner thigh spins up and the toes point down. Back of the neck is in line with the spine. Good. Then from here, reach your right arm alongside you. Bend the left knee, taking hold of the foot or the ankle. Keep drawing the navel into the spine. And then press the left ankle back behind you. Rotate the right side of the rib cage up. Left side of the rib cage comes forward. And now lift the bottom of that left foot up to the sky. Make your shape bigger. Stay with your breath. Good. Take one more inhale. And exhale, release. Left leg back, right arm forward. Float the right hand down. And then as you inhale, taking your left ankle out to the side so that it's in line with the hip. Keep it lifted, keep the foot flexed just for a breath. And then exhale, lower that left foot down to the mat or the floor. You're probably on the mat because I'm walking the hands in and coming up to a kneeling position. I'll switch so you can see me a little better. So we're on the right knee, left leg out to the side. Bottom of the left foot is on the floor or the mat. Reach your left arm down. Right arm comes up and over into gate pose. Right side of the ribs draw back and stretch through your right pinky finger. So nice long side body stretch. Take a few breaths. Good, then exhale, sweep the right hand down to the mat. Left arm lifts up, left leg lifts up. So we're kind of in a kneeling version of half moon pose. Good, breathing there, flexing that left foot, gazing up if it's comfortable. Good, left leg is lifted, and then take your left arm alongside you, bend the left knee, take hold of the foot or the ankle. Good, and then pressing that foot back, draw the left side of the rib cage back. Try to make your shape bigger as you expand into that position. Keep the belly drawing in. Beautiful, guys, breathe. Testing your balance this morning. Go ahead, release the ankle, left arm reaches up, and then lower the left hand, the left knee back into tabletop position. Bring the big toes to touch, widen the knees, press back to a child's pose, and as you reach the hips back, I want you to walk the fingertips forward. So slowly reach the hips back, but inch your fingertips forward so you're getting longer in both directions, and keep the arms active here. So the triceps are hugging into the bone, elbows are lifted off the mat, palms are spread, grounding down to the thumb and forefinger. And on your next inhale, float back up to tabletop position. Adjust your hands and your knees if you need to. And actually take your hands a couple inches forward. So walk your hands a little bit ahead of the shoulders, setting up for a modified chaturanga. Tucking the tailbone in here. Take an in-breath. As you exhale, lower down to the mat. Elbows stay hugged in. Point the toes, press the tops of the feet down. Draw the elbows together behind you. Inhale, lift the chest and the shoulders, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes, pull your belly in, pressing up to tabletop position. Keeping the wrists still ahead of the shoulders. Now tucking the tailbone a lot. Shift the hips back a little bit and just lift your knees about a couple inches off the ground and hold. Good, belly to the spine. Spread the fingers out. Hug the triceps into the bone, rotate the elbow creases forward. And then like it was a race to be the slowest, start to straighten your legs to down dog. Super, super slow. Take your time. And then once you're there, if you want to pedal out the feet a little bit, you can. Shake out the head a little bit. Shake it yes, shake it no. Good, then come all the way up onto the tippy toes. Take an inhale. And then exhale, reach both heels down to the mat and hold. Letting the inner thighs spin back, sending the heart towards the shins. Good, draw the navel into the spine. Inhale, come forward to plank. This time option for full chaturanga if you're ready. Bend the elbows, keeping them hugged in. Come halfway down and pause. And then inhale, straighten the arms. Coming into upward facing dog, roll the shoulders back and down, lift the heart. Exhale, pull the belly in, roll over the toes, downward facing dog, holding there. So remember, you have the option to skip the vinyasa. You can skip that whole part as we go, just come to down dog. You can take a modified version, or you can go for the full version if you're looking to work a little more. Take a couple breaths here. And then slowly start to walk your feet towards your hands. Once you're there, take the feet wide. Good bend to the knee. Hold to opposite elbows, hands to opposite elbows, and just sway from side to side. Let the head be heavy. Let the shoulders, the arms, the torso be heavy. And then just switch the grip you have on the elbows. Take a couple sways that way. Good, release the elbows. And slowly heel toe your feet back so that they're underneath your hips. And with bent knees and heavy head, heavy arms, heavy shoulders, roll up nice and slow. And then as you come to stand in Tadasana, rotate the palms forward. Press down through the feet. Draw the navel in, reach the tailbone down. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Stand a little taller. Sun Salutation A. Press down to the feet. Inhale, reach the arms out, around and up. Exhale, long spine, forward fold. Inhaling up to a flat back. Exhale, lower the hands, stepping back to plank. Keep the elbows hugged in, lower down, chaturanga. Halfway down, that's all we go, and then we pause. Inhale, upward facing dog, roll the shoulders down, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, guys, take a few breaths there. Notice how your pose feels as we start to come into it. A few more times as the practice continues. Good, bring the big toes to touch. Come all the way up onto the tippy toes, bend the knees, pull the belly way in and step or hop to your hands to the front of the mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Press down to the feet, come all the way up to stand, reach the arms out, around and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, long spine, forward fold. Inhaling to a flat back. Exhale, lower the hands, stepping to plank. If you practice jumping back, go ahead, lower down. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, guys, couple breaths there. With your next inhale, lift the right leg up into the air behind you. Exhale, step it between your hands. Pressing down through the feet, staying on the left toes. Inhale, reach the arms up, high lunge. Exhale, back to our goalpost elbows. So elbows out to the sides, palms forward. Draw the tailbone down, draw the navel in. Remember that cannoli cinch to the waist. Now let the fingertips drop back, elbows press forward, heart lifts, but only from an engaged lumbar spine. Then we find length and move a little bit safer into that back bend. Go a little more bend to that front knee, breathe. Good, inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, lower the hands down to frame the front foot. Tapping the left knee down on the mat. And from here, we're going to move into a quad stretch. So the right arm is going to reach behind you. So I have to always lean back and grab my ankle because I get a little cramp in my hamstring. But if you can just lift the leg up, so bending the left knee, taking hold of the left foot with the right hand, and then start to roll forward, look more forward on so you're on the top past that kneecap. You're more on the very top of that quad, and then rotate the right ribs open, chest rotates toward the sky. The foot presses into the hand presses into the foot. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, release the left foot down, right arm reaches up and sweeps down to the ground. Inhaling, lifting the back leg. And then exhaling, straightening the right leg any amount. So we're in a really wide triangle forward fold. If you have your two blocks, I know that some of you guys have gotten, you can bring the hands to blocks. If you have books, you can bring them to books. If you have a pillow or a cushion, you can do that. Good, inhale, lengthening the spine. Maybe you stay just up in this halfway position. Exhale, fold. If you're able to get the legs straight, you can then walk the hands forward a little bit and find a little more stretch to the sides of the waist. Remember, the block has 3 heights, so you can always change the heights of those blocks. Plugging the right hip crease back, and maybe we're just working towards a straight right leg, and that's fine. As you inhale, find length. As you exhale, chest reaches toward the toes. Good. Take one more inhale. And exhale, release. Bend the right knee. Take the hands back to the mat to frame the front foot. Stepping back to plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Hold and breathe. Good, guys. Inhale, left leg lifts up into the air behind you. Exhale, step it between your hands. Right heel stays lifted. Pressing the feet down to the mat as you inhale. Reach the arms up, high lunge. Exhale, back to goalpost elbows. Now make sure there's a slight bend to that back knee. I know I didn't say that on the last side, but that helps you engage that midline a little bit more. So tiny bend to the back knee, scoop your tailbone underneath, draw your navel in, so support your lumbar spine, and then take the fingertips back, elbows forward, heart lifts, right? But only with that engaged lumbar spine and engaged core, right? That makes sure we're moving safely into that back bend. A little bit more bend to that front knee. Good, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. And that back knee touches down. And then you're gonna inhale, sweep your left arm up and then back, holding on to the top of the right foot or the ankle. And then from here, rotate the rib cage and the heart open to the left. So left ribs draw back. And then press the foot into the hand into the foot. You can even shift forward a little bit, so you're more on the very top of that quad muscle, so you're not on your kneecap. And then lean the left side of the ribcage back. Maybe look up. Good. As you exhale, release the leg, lift the arm up, lower the left hand down. Inhale, right leg lifts into a lunge position, and then exhale, slowly start to straighten your left leg any amount. So the feet are wider, more like a wide leg forward, triangle forward fold. Blocks if you need to. Maybe you're just working on a straight leg, so the chest might stay up a little more until you get that straight leg position. If the leg is straight, you can start to reach the hands forward more, but only if the leg's straight. Right? We want to open the hamstring first, and then we can try to move into the side body a little bit more. Plug the left hip crease back. And as you inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, reaching the heart towards the toes. Take a few breaths. Good, one more in-breath. And exhale, rebend that left knee, taking the hands to the mat, stepping back to plank. Keep the elbows hugged in, midline tight. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to Urdhva Mukha. Exhale to Adho Mukha. Hold there. Nice deep breaths. Good, bring the big toes to touch. Come up all the way onto the tippy toes, bend the knees. Look between the hands. And as you exhale, step or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Press down to the feet. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Arms out, around and up. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Press down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, long spine, forward fold. Inhaling to a flat back. Exhale, lower the hands, stepping back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. With your inhale, lift the left leg up into the air behind you. exhale, step it between your hands. We'll set the feet up for warrior two. So spin your left heel down. Reach your left arm forward, up, and then to the back of the room. And then straighten the right leg and bring the arms overhead and face the long edge of your mat for a moment. So square the shoulders toward the long edge, square the hips toward the long edge, reach up. And then as you exhale, keep looking toward the side, bend the right knee, press it out toward the pinky toe side of the foot. Lower the hands out to a T. And then last thing that changes is your gaze over the fingertips. Nice deep breaths. Good. Flip the right palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Keep a nice bend to that front knee. Reach through the right pinky finger, stretch through the side of that right side body. Good. As you inhale, press your right leg straight. Keep reaching back for reverse triangle. So I love this pose if you really focus on your right big toe pressing down and reaching through the right pinky finger. There's this like crazy stretch through the whole right side of the body, through the tip of the toe, through the pinky finger. Good. Right bicep rolls in towards your ear. Take an inhale. Legs stay straight as you exhale. Hinge forward at that hip, setting up for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Reaching forward as far as you can. Remember, keeping that length through the sides of that right waist. And then float the right hand down. Shin, ankle block, or the mat, up to you. You know, you guys got your blocks, you can bust those out. Gaze up, if it's comfortable, draw the left side of the rib cage back. Trikonasana, pressing down through the feet. Go ahead, taking the left hand to the left hip. Turn your gaze down toward your front foot. Bend the front knee, step the back leg in. Setting up for balancing half moon pose. I'm just going to adjust my mat. Into Chapasana. So all that quad opening, all that chest opening, we're going to put that to use here. So stepping the back foot in. If you're on a block, you can use that. Right hand is going to be toward the pinky toe side of the right foot under the shoulder. Good. Back leg lifts. Right, we did this very pose just on a bent knee position in the beginning. So active through that left foot, reach to the left fingertips. Good, now stay here or moving in toward Chapasana. So it'll be a similar movement that we've been practicing, bending the back knee, taking hold of the left foot or the left ankle, and then pressing that ankle back. Draw the left side of the ribcage back. Try to make your shape bigger here. Good, hold, awesome guys. And then release that ankle, half moon pose, bend to that right knee, float back to warrior two. With an inhale, take a reverse warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat, belly draws in, stepping back to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Good, guys. Couple breaths there. How are we doing? Good. A few breaths. And moving on to the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts up into the air behind you. Exhale, step it between your hands. Spin the right heel down, setting up for warrior two, and then right arm reaches forward, up, and then towards the back of the room, back of the mat. And it'll set up the same way. So for a moment, straighten the right leg, bring the arms alongside the ears, and turn your gaze toward the long edge of your mat. Good, reach up through the pinky fingers, length to the sides of the waist, and then slowly start to bend your left knee, press it toward the pinky toe side of your foot, keep looking towards the side, float the hands down to a T, and then don't change anything, just your gaze. Turn your gaze over that left middle finger and breathe. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Flip the left palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. So keep the same bend to that left knee. Keep pressing the left knee out toward the pinky toe side of the foot. And stretch through the left side of the waist. Good, And then inhale, straighten the leg and hold, reverse triangle. Right, find that long line of energy from your left big toe through the left pinky finger. Draw the left side of the rib cage back just a touch. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, hinge forward, straight legs, reach to the other side of the room as far as you can. And then lower that left hand down, right arm comes up. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Good, right side of the ribs drawing back. Legs nice and straight, good. Shoulders are stacked. Gazing up if it's comfortable. Beautiful, guys, breathing there. Good, now taking the right hand to your right hip. Gazing down. Is that right? Yeah. Bending that left knee. Setting up for a half moon pose. Shifting onto that left foot. Right leg lifts up. Right arm extends. Good, so similar pose we did on the knee. Did I have you guys on the wrong side? I hope not. Sorry if I did. Make sure you're on the other side if I messed that up. And then that top leg is going to bend into that Chapasana. Taking hold of the right ankle, right foot. And then draw the right side of the rib cage back. Make sure we're on the other side. I don't know if I might have messed something up there. And make your shape bigger here. You got it. Hold on to it. Good, and then slowly release. Slight bend to that left knee, reach back, land back, warrior two. Inhale, flip and reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Stepping back to plank pose. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Draw the belly in, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. Good, hold here. And then bring the big toes to touch. Come up high onto your tippy toes. Bend the knees, look between the hands. After your exhale, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Press down to the feet, come all the way up to stand. Reach the arms out, around them up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And then release the arms alongside you. Close the eyes, just take a few breaths. And then let the eyes blink open. So here we'll set up for dancer pose, coming back into Chapasana, which we just did. So we'll work with that transition. So a little bit of bouncing, but very similar shape that we've been working with here. So bend the right knee. Actually, take the left hand to the left hip to start. Bend the right knee, taking hold of the ankle or the top of the foot. Draw the navel in. Now before you go any further, try to find something in front of you that's not moving, a point to focus your gaze on. Reach your left arm up. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, hinge forward at that left hip, reaching the left fingertips forward, coming into dancer pose. So the right ankle presses back. Now think about making the shape bigger. Lift the bottom of the right foot up toward the sky. Draw the right side of the shoulder, right side of the rib open and back. Good, ground down through that left foot. Oops, I lost it. And if you fall out, just come back in. Good, from here, listen, hold on to that foot. Keep hinging forward at that left hip. Let the fingertips touch the ground. So we're back in that ankle to hand position of our balancing half moon shape. Good, now make your shape bigger. Go ahead, take one more inhale. Exhale, release the ankle and the foot, keeping the left leg up, right leg up, sorry, lower the right hand down to the mat and turn your right toes so that they face towards the mat. You could be on blocks here for standing half split. So inhaling, lengthen the spine, and then exhaling, fold over that front leg. You can be on blocks. Won't stay here too long, don't worry. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, lower the right foot to meet the left. And we'll take a nice soft bend to the knee. We'll just roll up from here, nice and slow, before we come into that other side. Good, and then right hand to the right hip. Bend the left knee. Hand comes to the left foot or the ankle. Draw the navel in. Find something in front of you that's not moving, something to focus your gaze on. Reach the right arm up. And as you exhale, reach the fingertips forward, hinge at that right hip crease. Press the left ankle back, coming back to or into dancer pose, other side. So press the ankle back, make your shape bigger, lift the bottom of the foot up toward the sky. Good, breathe, navel drawing in, stay stable in that midline, and then slowly reach your right fingertips down to the ground or to a block for that Chapasana version of standing half moon pose. Good, you guys got it. Wrist is underneath the shoulder. Almost there. Hard part's almost done. Good, as you exhale, release the ankle. And then lower the left hand down to the mat and turn your left toes down to the mat. So we're squaring the hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over that standing leg. Hands can be on blocks. Won't be here too long. One more inhale. Exhale, float the left foot to meet the right. And with a bend to the knees, slowly roll up again. Coming back to Tadasana, close the eyes, take a few breaths. If the heart's beating a little quicker, try to slow it down with your breathing. And then blink the eyes open. Inhale, reach the arms out, around and up. Exhale, long spine, forward fold. Inhaling up to a flat back. Exhale, lower the hands, step back to plank, and we'll just lower to our bellies, so you can do that through bent knees or through a chaturanga. Come all the way down to your bellies. And then bringing the forehead or the chin to the mat. Bring the arms behind you and interlace the fingers or grab a towel. And then lift the left leg up and reach it to the back of your mat. And then lift the right leg up and reach it more toward the back of your mat. And do that 2 more times. Lift and reach, lift and reach. Good, now press the tops of the feet down, lift the kneecaps, reach your tailbone towards your heels, belly draws in. Now just start to reach the knuckles toward the heels, so just the upper body lifts up here. Tops of the feet are still pressing down. Good, now zipper the inner thighs together and lift the feet up off the mat. Point the toes, send the heart forward. Breathe. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, release. Turning onto the right cheek, taking a couple breaths. And we'll do 2 more back bends here. So you can choose to do locust pose, the pose we just took. Or we can come forward into Dhanurasana or bow pose. So we're super warmed up for this by now. This should feel really good coming into it. Bend the knees, reach back, and taking, even if you can get the ankles, just bring your hands to your toes. Now press the feet back into the hands. Keep the knees drawing together. Lift the thighs, lift the shoulders. Breathe. Notice the shape moving as you breathe into your belly. Good. Make your shape bigger. Lift up higher. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Turning onto the left cheek. And we'll do one more here. And if you've kind of had it with back bends, you can just rest here and place your head on your hands. And we'll meet there after this. If you're up for one more back bend, bend the knees. Now this time, if you can take hold of your ankles, try to get hold of your ankles. Good, zip the knees together. Flex the feet if you have the ankles. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, press the ankles toward the back of your mat as you lift the bottoms of the feet up. Chest lifts, thighs lift. Make your shape bigger, breathe. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, release, and we'll all take the palms forward, one on top of the other, and then rest the forehead on the hands. And just allowing the spine to neutralize. Gently shift the hips from side to side. And then you can move a little more by bending the knees and windshield wipering the ankles from side to side. Good, and then straightening the legs. Now very, very slow, we're going to move into child's pose, which is the counter pose, but you're literally bending your body in the opposite direction, so move slowly here. Nice and slow. Back to child's pose, like it was a race to be the slowest. Maybe you stay for a second in tabletop, and then widen the knees, nice and slow. As you reach the hips back, inch your hands forward. So move in both directions as you come into this pose. Good. When you're there, let the elbows be soft, so make this a more relaxing child's pose. You can even bring the arms alongside your body. Maybe the forehead touches the mat. Take a few breaths. And then slowly walking the hands in towards the knees. We'll just shift onto our back. So shift the hips to either side. Coming onto your back. And taking both knees into the chest. And just making circles with the knees. And then circle the opposite direction. Kind of massage out that lower back. Good. And then extend the left leg down to the mat, keeping the right knee in and interlace the fingers around that right shin. And just use the palms to press into that shin and draw the knee towards the right armpit. Take some deep breaths. And allow the body to start to release all of the muscular engagement, all of the energetic poses as we wind down and get ourselves ready for Shavasana. So see if your breath can dictate the ending of your practice a little bit. Maybe your breath is a little slower, a little less deep here as you start to quiet down. And then from here we'll come into a twist, taking the right knee over to the left. You can place the left hand on the outside edge of the right knee. If it's comfortable, reach the right arm out to the side. If that is not comfortable, bend the right elbow and take the fingertips to the ribs. And to continue the spine all the way to the cervical, you can gaze over towards your right fingertips if that's comfortable. release back to center, straighten the right leg. Bringing the left knee in. Again, interlace the fingers, place the opposite thumb on top, hands around the left shin, and draw the hands into the shin to squeeze the left knee in towards the left armpit. Relax your shoulders. And then moving into that twist, crossing the left knee all the way over to the right. Right hand can be on the outer left knee. If it's comfortable, extend your left arm out to the side. If that is not, bend the left elbow, take the fingertips to the ribs. And again, if it's comfortable, involve that whole cervical spine as you gaze towards the left fingertips. And then releasing back to center. Taking both the knees back in. We'll finish with a happy baby, but if there's another pose or two you'd like to take right now, if you feel like you're still craving something, you can feel free to take a different pose. But if you want to follow me, we'll take the hands to the insides of the knees, arms to the insides of the knees, hands to the outsides of the feet, and then face the bottoms of the feet up to the sky. Use the hands to draw the knees down towards the outsides of the armpits, and then maybe you rock back and forth. Right, if there's any other stretch or pose you want to do here, you can do that too. Good, and then slowly releasing. Bending the knees, taking the bottoms of the feet to the mat with the knees fall in towards one another. We're going to reverse that cycle of breathing that we started with. So instead of going right to left, we're now going to go left to right, which is going to be our more cooling energy and invite the body to relax and cool off a little bit more here. So same hand mudra, take your right hand, the two fingers that make the peace sign, bring them in towards your palm, and your ring finger and your thumb to the soft parts of the nose. If you'd like, you can place your left hand on your belly. Now sealing the right side of the nostril, breathe in through the left. And then seal the left and breathe out through the right. Good, close the right nostril, breathe in through the left. And close the left and breathe out through the right. Breathing in left. Breathing out right. Continue for a few more cycles at your own pace, continuing that same pattern, that clockwise motion of breathing through left and right. And then the next time you breathe out through the right nostril, you can release the hand mudra. Place both hands on the belly and just take a couple breaths out, in and out through the nose, through center. And then slowly making your way into Shavasana, so extend the legs. Let the toes fall out to the side and extend the elbows, palms facing up alongside you. If you have something, a pillow, you can place them under your knees. If you have something to cover your eyes with, you can cover your eyes. But take a couple seconds, get comfortable in that position so that you resist any urges to fidget. And as you're there, allow your body to start to feel a little heavier. And allowing your body to relax, so releasing all of the muscular engagement, all of the energy of holding ourselves in these difficult poses. Let it all go. Let the back of the body start to melt into the earth. And let the front of the body start to melt into the back of the body. Allowing the weight of your skin to start to feel heavier, like you were wearing a really heavy weighted blanket. Allow the teeth to separate and the jaw to relax. Allow the tongue to rest a little further in the back of the throat. Softening the skin and the muscles of the face. Let the eyes feel heavy, like they can be absorbed into the eye sockets. Soften the space between the eyebrows. And soften the crown of your head. And allow your body to just be with its physical form and just your breath. Right? There's nothing else left right now. Just your body, just your breath. There are no thoughts left in the mind. There's no tension left in the bones and the muscles. If you find your mind wandering, bring your attention back to your breath. Let your breath start to deepen. And gently bring small movements back to the fingers and the toes. Circle the ankles and the wrists. And move or stretch in any way that you need to reawaken. And when you're ready, bend the knees, roll all the way to the right side. Take a couple breaths there on your side with your head resting on your arm. And after a couple breaths, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position, taking the hands to meet at the center of the heart. And we'll close together with one Om. Inhale. Om. The light within me sees and honors the same light within each of you. Thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste.